Well, of all things, I think this has turned out to be one of the best Sundays of the season for the Tennessee Titans. And they fall to 3-13. I hate that we're in this position. I really do. It sucks to be right here at the end and you're having to root for your team to lose. I mean, I hate being in that position. I really do. I would much rather be playing meaningful football at this point, but unfortunately, we're not even close. So this was a good Sunday under the circumstances. The Titans lose to Jacksonville, which means not only do they jump Jacksonville to get to number 3 in the draft, but the Giants beat the Colts. The Giants put up 45 points on the Indianapolis Colts and beat them. And that's sweet for numerous reasons, because for one thing, that knocks the Indianapolis Colts out of playoff contention. Hilarious. And the Giants fall below the Titans in the draft order. So now the Titans have the number 2 pick in the 2025 NFL draft. So if that holds, and we still could get to number 1 because the Patriots are going to be playing the Bills backups presumably next week. So if you lose to Houston and the Patriots can upset the Bills, you could jump up to number 1. That's still in play. All options are on the table now. If you are interested in Shedeur Sanders, good for you. It's in play now. If you are interested in Cam Ward, good for you. It's in play now. Maybe Travis Hunter, even though I feel like New England would take him at this point, but hey, maybe even Travis Hunter is in play. Abdul Carter is very much in play. Trading back and getting more draft capital for the future, that's in play too. Okay, so this has been a good day for the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, I hate losing to Jacksonville, but under the circumstances, we needed to lose to Jacksonville, and I was worried we were going to try to go down and win at the end there, but at the end of the day, we did what we needed to do, which is lose this game. And it was ugly, it was rainy, it was depressing. The 3-12 Titans against the 3-12 Jaguars in the rain, just so depressing and tough to watch. And again, I hate having to sit there and root for my team to lose, but when I know it's for the best, when I know it is best for the organization, then I will do it. I'll do it. As far as things I saw today that I liked, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. What did I like other than the fact that we lost? Was there any particular performances from anybody that really got me excited? I don't think so. I mean, Calvin Ridley, did he pass 1,000 yards for the season today? That'd be cool. Tajay Spears was doing well before he got hurt, and that's an issue with him. He's been hurt a lot. I think that's the second concussion he's had this year. He's a talented guy, and I have high hopes for him in the future, but he's got to figure out how to stay healthy, and that's been a huge problem for him this year. I mean, we'll see the offensive line. I know J.C. Latham had at least one bad rep where he gave up a sack. Defensively, just pathetic. But I can't even be mad about it because it helped us lose. Jarvis Brownlee had a tough day against Brian Thomas. Hopefully he can use that as fuel for the future to motivate him. Jeff Simmons, I think, played well. It just, when you're rooting for your team to lose, it's weird because you don't really want to see good performances necessarily because you want the team to lose so that you can move up in the draft. But I didn't really see anybody in particular that was just like, whoa, they're playing well. It was just an ugly, let's get it over with type game. I will say there were some things on defense that were absolutely pathetic, and I would rather believe that we were tanking on purpose than actually trying. Like when it's whatever it was, 2nd and 23 at their own 3-yard line, and the Jags converted on just a little dump off to a running back. That's pretty horrible. I'm not going to complain about it because it helped us lose, but if you're actually trying to win the game and you let that happen, that's pretty pathetic. Brian Callahan, I don't know. I don't really feel any differently about him today than I have. I'm not going to get mad at the loss because we needed the loss. I'm still just as concerned about him as I was. I did a video yesterday about the report that came out that he's going to be back next season. You can go watch that video if you want to know my thoughts on that. But, yeah, I mean, Mason Rudolph is a backup quarterback in the rain. That's about how he played. He played like a backup quarterback in the rain. Thought Mac Jones was probably a little better than him today in the battle of the backups. I mean, the kicker, whoever the kicker guy was that was in there, he made both of his kicks. So maybe that's somebody they can look at for next year. I don't know. But looking to the future now, you got one game left against Houston. You need to lose it to at least stay at number 2. In the Oiler throwbacks, I think Houston will play their starters. I know they've got their spot locked up and people think they're going to play their backups, but I think they're going to at least play the starters for a half because they need some momentum going into the playoffs. They've looked horrible these last couple of weeks. So I think the Texans will be playing their starters for at least a good chunk of the game. That's good news for the tank. And you need to finish the season with a loss. You need to, if there's anybody that is battling any health issues at all, you need to just set them and let them take an early vacation, whatever you want to do. But you need to lose to Houston in Week 18. You already beat them once, so good for you. You need to lose to them in Week 18, and then let's look to the draft. And we'll have plenty of time to talk about it. Shador, Cam Ward. I will say this. I've been championing the Aaron Rodgers case that Aaron Rodgers should be the quarterback for the Titans next year. It's really hard to make that case after today because he was atrocious against the Buffalo Bills today. Awful. Really hard to get people excited about Aaron Rodgers after the kind of performance that he put on today for the Jets. It was terrible. So, I mean, listen, I didn't think Shador Sanders or Cam Ward would be within reach for the Titans, but they are now. They are in reach. And if things keep going the way they're going, you might have your pick, whichever one you want. I know Shador had his New York Giants cleats that he wore before their bowl game last night, but it looks like he might need to get him some new cleats, if not for the Titans, for somebody. I don't know if Coach Prime would let him even come here, but and I still think Cam Ward could go ahead of him because Cam Ward did some good stuff yesterday before he took himself out of the game. But yeah, I think that this is probably the best mood that I have been in after a loss, after a game in quite some time. Just because, when you're this bad, you've got to look to the future. You've got to get a lot of stuff figured out. And the Titans seem to be well on their way if they could stay up where they are in the draft. The Raiders are winning all of a sudden, so they're continuing to drop. The Giants, of course, got to win. They drop. The Jags have beaten the Titans twice. So, ironically, the Jaguars' wins over the Titans, both of them here late in the season, are what's going to drop them to the bottom half of the top 10 in the draft, presumably. But, only the Patriots ahead of us in the draft. Let's hope it holds. And I hate rooting for my team to lose, but I will do it if it's for the better of the organization. Titans lose to the Jaguars 20-13. One more to go.